Hey everyone, good morning. Well, okay, it's morning when I'm recording this. I'm not sure when you're going to be seeing it. But I wanted to hop on here today and to talk to my third and fourth graders specifically about a concept that we've mentioned before. And this concept is called growth mindset. And when we have a growth mindset, what it means is that we are remembering that our brains have the ability to grow. They have the ability to change. They have the ability to get stronger. When we think of our brain, it's almost like a muscle. The more we use it, the more we work out that muscle, the stronger and better it's going to get. So today I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you about growth mindset and to try and encourage you all to have a growth mindset, especially in these times when we're home, we're learning in a really different way than we've ever learned before. We're not learning in our classrooms. We're not learning with our teacher at our side all the time. Mom or dad might be helping you, but mom or dad might also have work to do, or maybe you have brothers or sisters and their time is kind of split between everyone. So it's falling more on your shoulders to complete your assignments and to learn the things that you're learning about. So I want to take today and talk to you about growth mindset and encourage you to not give up. Don't give up. So I'm going to hop over to a PowerPoint presentation that I have, and I'll keep talking to you through that. Okay, so I know that I said it would be a PowerPoint, but I ended up changing my mind and found this book that I want to share with you all instead. Now, third graders, you and I talked about a few parts of the brain about a week or two ago, depending on your class. And you're going to hear some of those parts of the brain mentioned again in this book, which is great. So you can kind of recall what we had talked about and things like that. For my fourth graders, we're kind of working a little backwards. I wanted to address growth mindset with you, but you and I are going to be learning about the parts of the brain and how they work later on. So we'll still be talking about this, but it's a little bit different. So we have your fantastic elastic brain. Stretch it, shape it. It's written by Joanne Deek and illustrated by Sarah Ackerley. So let's get to it. There we go. We're going to skip past this. And then these two little guys say, an average person's short-term memory can hold 7 digits at a time. And the mouse says, I think I can remember this number. And then it says the human brain weighs about 3 pounds. And the mouse says, it feels like a lot more. Your fantastic elastic brain. What does your brain really do? Does it fill the space between your ears? Hello in there. All I see is pink stuff. Well, yes, but your brain can do so much more. Your brain helps you think and remember and name what you see and what you hear. It lets you move your body and feel both touch and emotions. Your brain does all the things that make you you. That lists a bunch of funny things that maybe you're good at or you particularly like. The brain controls everything you do, everything you think, everything you feel, even everything you dream. So what is your brain? Is it a muscle? No. The brain is an organ in your body. It's made up of cells and tissues. The brain has many parts that do all kinds of different jobs. So my third graders, second graders, if you're seeing this too, you might remember we talked about a few of these things, like prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, and the hippocampus. So to start with some other parts, we have the cerebrum. And the cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. It helps you think and speak. The cerebellum is a small part at the back of your brain that helps your muscles to coordinate your movement and your balance so that you can walk, ride a bike, or play tag. And it says, I can walk and chew gum. There's a hole there. Let's hope he doesn't fall. Prefrontal cortex. something we talked about last week. Your prefrontal cortex, or your PFC for short, is the part of your brain behind your forehead. It lets you make plans and decisions, hopefully good decisions. Your amygdala. The amygdala is a tightly packed group of cells deep within the center of your brain that controls your emotions. It lists a bunch of different emotions you could be feeling. And your hippocampus. The hippocampus is at the center of your brain, and it works like a filing cabinet. It helps you to store and find memories. Now, your neurons are everywhere in your brain. They are tiny brain cells that make electrical signals to send messages to other cells in your body, telling them what to do. When you were born, you were very little. Your brain was small and not so strong. But as you get older, your body grows and gets stronger. And as a part of your body, your brain grows and learns how to do new things. And you can make your brain do even more. Your brain grows very fast during the first 10 years of your life. I know a lot of you are probably still under 10 years old. This is the magic decade when you can help your brain grow faster and be more powerful. Just like lifting weights helps your muscles get stronger, learning new things strengthens your brain. You can give your brain a good workout by trying to learn many different things. It's part of the reason why I want to read this book to you today, because right now, this week, you're learning so many new things. You're learning how to navigate, how to work online. You're learning how to teach yourself things that normally you've learned in your classroom with your teachers right next to you, helping you along the way. We're doing a lot of new learning this week, which is why I wanted to kind of address all of this with you guys. So on this page, we are reading about all the different ways that we can help to stretch our brain, just like an elastic band that stretches. Think about the first time you played soccer. You probably couldn't kick the ball far or make many goals, but as you kept going to practices, you learned more about the rules of the game and followed your coach's directions. The muscles in your legs and feet got stronger, your movements were more coordinated, and you could run farther and faster. Learning more and practicing what you learned let you play better and have more fun. Practice really does make perfect, or at least much better. Even when you make a mistake while you're learning something new, we have a girl who's trying to do magic tricks and they're not quite working, you are still training your brain. You will remember that mistake and try something else until you get it right. Making mistakes is one of the best ways your brain learns and grows. If you aren't willing to risk being wrong, you won't take the chances that stretch your elastic brain. You can stretch the part of your brain that controls your feelings too. If you are frightened about taking a risk, like learning to swim, finding the courage to put your face in the water stretches your amygdala. Remember, your amygdala is the part of your brain that's like a guard dog. It's going to try and keep you safe. It's going to control a lot of your emotions. So if you're stretching that part of your brain, you're going to be less afraid. It will remind you that you overcame your fear, so you will be braver the next time something scares you, like diving into the water. How does the brain stretch and grow? Well, neuro means that the word it is part of has something to do with the brain. Let's try that again. Neuro means that the word it is part of has something to do with the brain. A sculptor molds, shapes, or carves things out of clay or wood or stone. So you shape your brain when you make it bigger by adding new things you know and can do. You are a neurosculptor. You're literally changing your brain. Learning something new causes the brain to grow more connections among the neurons. With more connections, the neurons can send and receive more messages. These connections help to stretch a part of your brain and make it more elastic so that it can hold more information and ideas. When you learn something new, you're building on what you have already learned. In the same way that muscles in your body work together when you want to lift a heavy object or kick a ball, the different parts of your brain work together when you're learning something new. So think about something like learning a simple addition problem like 1 + 1 = 2. And then you're able to build on that knowledge. And if you know 1 plus 1 equals 2, then you're able to use that to do much harder math problems. The amygdala makes you want to learn to play the piano. The cerebrum helps you decide to practice. The cerebellum calls up the memory of watching and listening when your piano teacher showed you how to play a new piece of music. Then your cerebellum sends messages through neurons to the muscles in your wrists, hands, and fingers so that you can hit the right notes. The next time you play that piece of music, the parts of your brain and body will know how to work together. And you will play the song more easily. Same thing goes for sports. Think about the first time you tried to hit a ball with a baseball bat or tried to kick a ball. Probably didn't work out super well. But then you practiced, and your body became more coordinated and suddenly knew how to do those things. The brain that makes you, you, really is an amazing organ. It controls what you think, do, feel, and remember. Your brain is growing very fast during your first 10 years of life. And now we know that you can help it grow, even if you're past 10. If you're 11, you can still help your brain grow. When you try hard to learn something new, connections grow from neurons and attach to other neurons. Then your brain can send messages faster, making parts of your brain bigger and stronger. Making mistakes really helps you to learn, even though it doesn't always feel great. Because your brain keeps trying new things and stretching until you figure out the answer to your problem. You are shaping a more elastic brain when you learn new things that build on what you already know. The more different kinds of things you learn and think about, the more you can learn, know, and enjoy. The harder you try without giving up, the more you will learn. You can really train your brain to be fit and strong and to keep stretching and growing throughout your whole life. So it doesn't just stop here. It doesn't stop when you turn 10 or 11. You can keep doing this throughout your entire life, helping your brain to grow and learn new things. And then at the end, it just has a little reminder of all the parts of the brain. So we have the cerebrum, the hippocampus, which we talked about, amygdala, prefrontal cortex, and the cerebellum, and how they all work together to help your fantastic, elastic brain. And lastly, it says the human brain is made up of about 85% water. I'm really thirsty right now. The energy used by the brain is enough to light a 25-watt light bulb. It's lit. I must be thinking stuff. I hope that was a helpful example of growth mindset. One of the things it doesn't talk about that is my favorite thing for growth mindset is one simple 3-letter word. Do you know what the word is? It's yet. If you add on the word yet to any challenge that you're having, it's going to change things. It's going to change how your mind is thinking about something. So for example, if I log onto my computer today and I go start my online learning and I'm having difficulty and I think to myself, I'm never going to be able to get this, then I'm not going to be able to get it. But if I change my thinking and if I say, I can't get this yet, it gives me hope. It makes me realize that it's not going to be this way forever, that I'm going to get better at doing online learning if I challenge myself. Same thing goes for reading or math. If you're trying to read something, I guess this is more for my younger kids, but if you're trying to read something and it's really hard and you think to yourself, I'm never going to be able to read, and then you change your thinking to say, I just can't read yet. See how it works? It can work in everything. For example, if you are into sports and Mrs. Heffler's not really good at sports. Okay, let's pretend you're into running and you can't run a mile really fast. And you just think to yourself, I can't run a mile yet. Changing that one simple word, adding it on to whatever it is we're struggling with, makes us remember, it helps us to remind ourselves that if we keep trying, if we keep working at it, we're gonna get better at it. And that goes for my students, it goes for our teachers who are trying to figure out online learning. I think everyone in the world right now needs to add on yet to the end of their sentences. Because it's a weird time. We don't know what's coming next. We don't know exactly what's happening yet. We're figuring it out together. So, my friends, use the power of growth mindset today. May it be with you throughout the entire day and the entire week. And I hope that it helps you to continue with your online learning. Don't give up. Bye, my friends.